Never skate again. Silver medallist's stunning tirade at Winter Olympics. All eyes might have been on Kamila Valieva during Thursday night's women's figure skating finale, but Russian teammate Alexandra Trusova almost stole the show with a dramatic outburst after missing out on gold at the Winter Olympics. Valieva broke down in tears in devastating scenes after falling in the women's figure skating finale and missing a medal. The 15-year-old, who had been embroiled in scandal after failing a doping test but being allowed to compete in Beijing, was inconsolable after crashing out of medal contention in heartbreaking fashion. Valieva's were far from the only tears on the ice on Thursday night, however, with Trusova devastated after another Russian, Anna Shcherbakova, pipped her to gold. A distraught Trusova clearly thought she had been robbed of gold and let her emotions pour out in a stunning outburst after the final points were announced. "Everyone has a gold medal, everyone, but not me," Trusova said, according to Reuters. "I hate skating. I hate it. I hate this sport. I will never skate again. Never. It's impossible. That's not how it should be." Trusova could be seen wiping away tears on NBC's coverage of the event, and apparently had to be talked out of threatening to attend the medal ceremony. The Russian pair of Trusova and Scherbakova skated the routines of their lives. Trusova's aggressive, 5-quad performance was a masterpiece of daring and aggression. Scherbakova's more graceful routine was the Monet to Trusova's Van Gogh, sentimentality rather than fiery passion. Both performances were magnificent, but only one proved victorious. The 17-year-old Trusova set a record-breaking 100 points for her technical score, but was marked down due to the other key component of the event, artistry. "I'm very glad that I did perform the 5 quadruple jumps, and it took me a long time to achieve this," Trusova said afterwards. "I'm more than happy today with my performance," she added in a tone that conveys anything but happiness. For gold medal winner Scherbakova it was a bizarre feeling of mixed emotions, with her joy of victory curtailed by the scenes of devastation around her Russian teammates. "I'm just overwhelmed by happiness on one hand," Scherbakova said, moments after winning gold. "On the other hand, I feel this emptiness inside somehow." It was an uncomfortable finish to an event that had been grossly overshadowed by the doping scandal that engulfed Valieva. Kamila Valieva in tears after heartbreaking finish in its decision to allow the 15-year-old to compete in Beijing despite testing positive for a banned substance. The Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, cited exceptional circumstances, and the irreparable harm it was cause if the team was banned. As honourable as that sentiment might have been, the intense pressure and spotlight on Valieva already appeared to have caused the skater irreparable harm as her final performance ended in multiple falls and tears. Valieva had been in pole position after topping the short program on Tuesday and had been expected to add the singles title to the team crown she led Russia to before the doping controversy erupted. The International Olympic Committee had said that for the first time in Olympic history, no medals would be awarded if Valieva finished in the top 3 because she could yet be punished for taking a banned substance. NBC commentators Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski, who had been vocal about the disdain that Valieva was allowed to keep skating, were brutal in their reactions to her fall. "Thank God!" Lipinski exclaimed. "Thank goodness for all the other medalists to have that moment." Weir added, "and to have done it cleanly." In the end that was not a factor as Valieva, dressed in black and red, fell several times in her routine. The distraught teenager had her head in her hands at the end and then broke down as she waited to hear her score. It was the latest sad chapter in a doping saga which began when Valieva's sample from December 25 tested positive for trimetazidine, a drug used to treat angina but which is banned for athletes by the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, because it can boost endurance. CAS ruled during the Games that Valieva could continue to skate in the Olympics, but it did not absolve her of doping and the investigation looks set to rumble on well after the action ends in Beijing with agencies. Click here to sign up to our newsletter for all the latest and breaking stories from Australia and around the world.